graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I missed putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on barrel. Get out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
What is up, everybody? Hopefully y'all are doing well and having yourselves a very, very fantastic day. The name is Jason Joseph. I'm looking at this tweet. Justin Edwards signed with the Sixers. I was disappointed he wasn't drafted because his upside is ridiculous. Philly is a great landing spot for him. Coach Nurse really likes him. Teresa and I thought this was okay, this was just a quote that was posted earlier today. Okay, I didn't know if they actually extended him or not, because that would have been really cool. But hopefully y'all are doing well and having yourselves a very, very fantastic day. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button as well, and make sure that you turn on those notification bell icons, and that way you'll know when we go live. Sixers are playing in a back-to-back, along with the Miami Heat. They are in a back-to-back as well. Sixers are playing the Heat. Should be a fun game. But first and foremost, let's say hi to everybody in the chat. What's up, Scott? What's up, Daniel? What is up? Who else is here? Mike is here. Jan is here. Bonj is here as well. What is up, everybody? Very nice. I love that trailer, man. Dude, shout out to Matt Monaco. Matt is one of my college friends who was a radio TV film major. I was originally a radio TV film major at my college, and he put together that whole video for me, and he is just incredible, man. Shout out to him. He did that a while ago, and he prepared that for me for when the Phillies were going to the playoffs, and that was really cool. I sort of like wanted to, make something really nice, and he was like, I'll do it for you, and so that's how that whole thing started. I can talk a little bit about broadcasting, and I can talk about all those lovely things of stuff behind the scenes and all that type of stuff, but that's not entertaining for you guys. You guys are not here to hear that. So let's talk a little bit about in regards to tomorrow's trade deadline. The Sixers, they made a move today. Okay, now you can go look at my first reaction. I was actually very happy, and I didn't know why people were really upset about it. And I thought, you get a guy, you're getting rid of KJ, and you're trying to get the salary cap so that, in the first tier. I cannot speak today. You're trying to get the salary cap into the first tier, so that way you can pay guys like Justin Edwards and Gershon Yabusele. However, when I fully let this whole thing process, we didn't just give away KJ. We gave away 2 second-round draft picks. One was owned by Milwaukee for a 2027 second-round pick. Please correct me if I'm wrong. And then the other one was a 2031 draft pick, which was owned by Dallas for a second-rounder. Daryl. When you trade assets, you're supposed to get something in return. All of this was for a salary dump of $8 million. They are paying the rest of his contract, the Pistons. But what are we doing? What are we doing, man? We can't do that. If we're getting rid of assets just to throw a guy in there in the trade. I was thinking maybe we're going to try to go after somebody like Kevin Durant. And I know that there are like 2 second-round draft picks that are a couple of years, and if not more, away, 2031 and 2027. But you need assets to try to make a big trade, and you gave up all those things for nothing. That doesn't make sense. Makes no sense. And again, I'm all on board for paying Justin Edwards and Gershon Yabusele, but you gave away 2 picks as well. Give them 1. Why 2? Even 1 is a lot to ask for. I'm not telling you that Detroit got this like home run deal, but we don't have a lot of assets, and that's the issue, is that we don't have a lot of trade picks. We can go look at the NBA whatchamacallit website. It's a very good website, and it shows you like all the draft picks that we have. Can't really think of it right now. I've been having a lot of brain freezes today. I've been dealing with I had a long day today. I did. But anyhow, yeah, I thought that we took it a little bit too far. Originally, I thought it was a good trade, and then the 2 draft picks didn't really sink in. First reactions come a little bit to a surprise. I've been yelling, kicking, and screaming to fire Morey and Dombrowski now. You know, it sucks because this guy, as nice as he is in the draft, he has sucked when it comes to signing guys. And honestly, it's not even just a Daryl Morey thing, Mike. It's also a Josh Harris situation, too. That's really what it comes down to. Joshua Harris cares about his money. And all he cares about is being under that first apron. Crazy. Let's get into today's game. Let's talk a little bit about that. Paul George is available to play tonight, for what that's worth. No Joel Embiid in this game, but Paul George is he is available to play for tonight's game. I'm looking at the standings, okay, and I will pull this up right now as we go into our live stream. I want to pull this up for you guys, so bear with me for 1 second. So I'm looking at the standings right now, and here is what I see. Okay? Here is what I see. Where is it? Where is it? There we go. Okay. We are 1 game behind the Bulls. Okay? We are 1 game behind the Bulls. We're 20 and 29. They're 22 and 29. For the play-in tournament, for the final spot of the play-in tournament. We're 4.5 games behind Miami. This is a big game, man. If we beat Miami tonight, we're 3.5 games behind them. We play them, I think, 2 more times. So I'd like to try to gain some ground tonight. Miami lost last night to the Bulls, and that was a crushing loss for them. Let's try to get them again tonight. No Jimmy Butler. No, I don't know if Tyler Hero is playing or not. I assume that he is. But yeah. I'm so confused. I thought the whole point was to get KD, says Jane. Yeah. I don't know. It's annoying. This team is very annoying. By the way, guys, don't for those of you that are tuning in, if I don't get to your chats, don't take offense to it. I can only get to so many chats. my actual chat screen is not working today. Again, I tried to fix it. Nobody can seem to fix the problem, and I think we're just going to move forward with StreamYard and try to find a way to capture the chat there. But anyhow, so if I don't get to your chats, even if you tag me in something, don't take offense to it. I can only get to so many people. But obviously, we do read Super Chats first. Super Chats are by far the most important. If you guys do Super Chat, I will absolutely make sure that I read those. Definitely. It's time for the keys for tonight's game, folks. Tonight's game is a game where I expect Tyrese Maxey to get you 35 points. I expect him to get you 35, 8, and 2. 8 assists and 2 rebounds, maybe even 4. But we should win this game. This Miami team has really been in a funk, to say the least. They lost to the Bulls. They did beat the Spurs, 105-103. That was without De'Aaron Fox. They lost to the Cavs. They did beat the Magic, and they're very cold now, by the way. But overall, they have not really played to their full potential. Eric Spoelstra is a great head coach. We all know how great of a coach he is and how much respect he gets around the NBA. But we should definitely beat this team. They like to run a lot of zone against us. And for the first time, I actually saw the Sixers really crush a zone in a while. And I saw that in the very last game. They played very up-tempo. They were very fast, and I thought that DJ actually brought this up. He said, and he was right, when you go back and you watch the film, in that fourth quarter, Joel was a little bit slow because we were playing at such a high, fast rate. And that's the type of game that we have to play now, because that's what these Oklahoma City Thunder teams and these younger teams are doing. They're playing at a much faster pace. And so we sort of have to keep that up. So I thought that was just an interesting point. And I thought that our pacing was very good in the last game for the most part in a lot of stretches. We got 14 concurrent viewers on here. Make sure you guys make sure you guys subscribe to the channel as well. And hit those notification bell icons too. And that way you'll know when we go live. So today I want us to play with a very fast-paced tempo. I think we also need to try to shoot the ball well from 3 today. And it would be cool to see the role players step up again and just have themselves a nice day. If Reggie Jackson could go off today, that would be really great. I bet you he's going to be playing. So if Reggie Jackson can go like 3 for 5 from 3, I'll take that. I will definitely take that. Eric Gordon is back in the lineup tonight. So he will be definitely getting some minutes out there. And you'll expect him to try to knock down some shots. I wouldn't be surprised, actually, if Eric Gordon was traded by, like, midnight tonight. I think that we can find a way to get a second-round draft pick for Eric Gordon. And that I would take. Now you're going to need a couple of draft picks, honestly, if you get rid of Eric Gordon. So, but yeah. Smash that like button, hit the thumbs up button as well. And turn on the notification bell icons. Maxey needs a 50-point game. Maxey doesn't need a 50-point game. That's what O'Gluffy says. Be cool. It'd be really nice. But yes, let me know what your thoughts are on the KJ Martin trade. And if you like it or if you don't like it, the more and more I think about it, the more confused I am with the deal. There has to be more. Part of me is like, there has to be more, right? And I don't think that there is, honestly. I also find it weird that Paul George is playing tonight, because I feel like if he sat out tonight, he would have been traded. So that tells me that the Sixers are not trading Paul George, or they want Paul George to play tonight to see what his value could be. I know that it's just one game, but maybe that might attract somebody else. I don't know. Maybe I'm making this up, but that could be a theory too. Totally could be. We got 10 concurrent viewers on here watching. Make sure you guys like and make sure you guys subscribe to the channel as well. Yeah. Anything else that's going on in the chat, let us know down below. Again, if I don't get to all your comments, don't take offense to it. We call Phillies, we call Sixers, and we call Eagles games on this channel. Please make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button as well. I really want us to get to 4,800 subscribers. We need 30 more, man. 30 more subscribers. Please tell your friends. Please tell your family members. I'm going to try to continue to go on here more and more because I want to give you guys really good content. And I'm really going to try to be on almost every single day. Not saying that I'm not on almost every single day, but I'm talking about just extra coverage of things. I really want to get to that 4,800 mark. I want to get there, man. I want to get to 5,000. I'm tired of being stuck at 4,600, and I want to continue to push. That means I got to push out more and more stuff. That's exactly what it means. So, I'm not trying to be complacent, but just try to move the channel forward. You know, it'll be great. So the Heat are taking on the Philadelphia 76ers in tonight's game. Game will begin in just a few moments. Tyler Hero does lead the way, averaging about 23.8 points per game. He's also shooting 47% from the field and about 86% from the foul line. Tyrese Maxey leads all scorers, though, averaging 28 points per game and shooting at a pretty good field goal percentage at 45%. And from the foul line, he's shooting 87%, which is a little bit lower than what he did last year, but still is a very good percentage. So, Sixers are 20-29 this year. They are favored to win by 1.5 points. They're actually the favorites to win tonight. The money line is at -130, according to ESPN Bet. And for the Miami Heat, they're at +110. Like, subscribe, and turn on those notification bell icons too. Let's try to post this on Twitter as well and let everybody know that we are live and that we are doing the Sixers game. 5 on the vertical stream, 11 on the horizontal. Again, make sure you hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel as well. Let's go to X. Okay. Tune in for Sixers play-by-play. Again, we're on the road to 5,000. We've been stuck at 4,700 for a while, and I'm really trying to break the barrier and try to get to 5,000 before March. So if you guys could help me with that, I would really, 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 really appreciate that. What's up, BW? How are you doing, my friend? What's up? Shout out to BW. Make sure you guys go like and subscribe to my man's channel. Yes, sir. I'm very excited for Super Bowl. I have a couple of days, though. I have a lot of content. I have a lot of stuff that I'm working on behind the scenes and still pushing out the Sixers stuff, man. The grind don't stop, and we just continue to put things up. Tomorrow, actually, while I have all of you, we should probably go over calendar. So tomorrow, and I will post this, tomorrow is trade deadline day for the NBA. So we will be live at 12 o'clock, and we're going live from 12 to 3, probably 3:30, and we will be discussing and seeing what happens at the end of the NBA trade deadline to see if the Sixers make a crazy move. If something happens overnight, we'll be covering that as well. And then tomorrow I have to film a couple of things for Super Bowl for the stream. We're doing a 12-hour live stream on Sunday, folks. A 12-hour live stream. And then Friday I have to go back to Philly to film some more things for Sunday. And then I got to edit. And then Saturday we got Villanova It's my final Villanova game. Hopefully the weather is good for us to drive over there. And then Sunday's the big day. We got our 12-hour live stream, which includes the Sixers game at 2 o'clock. And then we got Super Bowl at 6:30. So we don't stop. We don't stop working, and we want to continue to give you guys the best content out there and just try to continue to push. Just push out really good content and give you guys what you deserve. And you guys deserve the best quality content out there. So no Joel Embiid tonight, no Andre Drummond, and no Jared McCain either for the Philadelphia 76ers. Yeah, BW. Dude, I'm working, man. The grind don't stop. All right, let's get into tonight's starting lineups. So it'll be Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, Haywood Highsmith, Bam Adebayo, and Kel'el Ware for Miami. And then for the Philadelphia 76ers, they're starting 5, so there is no Joel Embiid. Tyrese Maxey, Justin Edwards, Kelly Oubre Jr., Gershon Yabusele, and Paul George are the starting 5 for tonight's game. What's going on, James? How are you, my friend? Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button as soon as you come on in here and subscribe to the channel as well. So the last time that Paul George played, he only played in 12 minutes, and he had 9 points and was 3 for 6 shooting-wise from the field. Kevin is also here. How are you doing, my friend? We got 11 concurrent viewers over on the regular stream and on the vertical stream. O'Gluffy says, I hope that Golden State Warriors trade for PG and we get Wiggins and Moody. Hey, I'll take that too. I will absolutely take that deal for sure. There's Paul George and his pinky. He has a little Band-Aid. It's honestly a weird... it's weird how they wrapped it. I don't think it's a Band-Aid, but it is weird how they did wrap that. All right, so we are underway. Let's go. All right, so the Heat end up winning the tip-off, but the Sixers able to get a turnover, and Oubre gives it back over to Tyrese Maxey. Maxey to George for a catch-and-shoot 3, and George can't make it. So the Sixers again, 20-29. They did win in last night's game. It was a nail-biter between them and the Dallas Mavericks. No Anthony Davis in that game. Maxey with an interception, drives it down the lane, and knives his way through to the cup. And it's 2-0 Philadelphia. Sorry, we got to get the scoreboard up and running, and we will do that right now. Let's go. I wanted to try something a little bit new tonight. There's a little drive to the basket, and the layup is no good, but Bam Adebayo on the follow-through. He puts it down with 2 hands. And it's a 2-2 ball game. Bam Adebayo with 2 points and 1 rebound, a guy who's averaging about 16.5 points per game this year, along with 10 rebounds. Here's George on a catch-and-shoot 3. Won't go, and Miami comes away with the miss again. So George 0 for 2, both of his shots from downtown in his return for the Sixers after missing 5 games, that is, in a row. Adebayo wants to take on George, steps back and puts up an elbow J, and it's a turnover called on Miami as Bam Adebayo gets called for a travel. So again, the lineup for the 76ers, it's Paul George, it's Gershon Yabusele, then you got Justin Edwards, Tyrese Maxey, and Kelly Oubre Jr. Maxey for a tray, can't get it. And the Sixers so far 0 for 3 from beyond the arc. Another board by Miami as they maneuver from left to right. Here's Adebayo on a spin and a fade towards the basket as he puts up a shot. It was a turnaround J, and he's fouled. And they'll have to head over to the line for a pair of foul shots. Again, what are your keys for tonight's game? Please let us know down below in the description area. I am trying to fix the scoreboard as we speak, so don't mind that. We are trying something a little bit new, and so I don't think that this is going to work. Too bad. Too bad. All right. First foul shot is no good. Let's try it now. Let's actually refresh it now. There we go. There we go. That's better. There we go. How's that look? See, somebody asked for the quarter scorings, and here they are. The second foul shot by Bam Adebayo. He is able to knock it down. And it's 3-2 Miami. They are out on top by 1. Maxey on the drive towards the basket, and he's fouled in the act of shooting. So the Sixers wanted to mention that, again, they're coming off of a win from last night's game. The Heat are coming off of a loss from last night's game against the Chicago Bulls. And it came down to the wire, but the Sixers, they were able to prevail, and Miami not able to do so. First foul shot by Tyrese Maxey, and he ties the game up at 3 apiece. What are your thoughts, and what are your keys for tonight's 76ers game? Legit keys. Just don't lose. Keys to another 76ers loss. Hey, they're actually 6-2 over their last 8 games. So take that for what it is. Second foul shot by Maxey. It's good. 4-3, Sixers again on the drive over on the other side. And the shot by Edwards, no. Yabusele on the follow-through, no good either. So Hero actually lost the ball, and Paul George got the steal. And the Sixers, that's how they were able to go on a little fast break there. Just could not score. 30 more subs until we get to 4,800. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. Yabusele over his last 3 games, putting up 22.5 points per game. Also shooting 71% from the field. And he's able to hit the first free throw. Kel'el Ware is the one guilty for committing the shooting foul. Yabusele this year averaging just 11 points per game. I don't mean that in a bad way. It's really good for him. And the second free throw by Yabu. He gets it. Excellent. Guerschon Yabusele, the Frenchman, plays at the power forward and center position. 29 years old. He'll be 30 in December. Here's Hero back outside. Tries to throw it over to Duncan Robinson. And it was last touched by Philadelphia. So they tried to guard the passing lane. All right. Yabusele's 6 feet 8 inches tall. He's listed as 265 pounds. And started his playing career back in 2013. Made it to the NBA back in 2017 and played for the Boston Celtics. Before that was overseas. Then he went overseas. He actually played for the Maine Red Claws, which is the Celtics G League team, or at the time the D League team. First foul shot. There's a shot that goes up, and it's no good. Tyler Hero ends up making a layup on the other side, and Miami takes the lead back. It's 7-6. George on the drive towards the basket. Euro step, kicks it back outside to Edwards for 3. And that one won't fall either. Hit off the front of the rim, and it was a little bit short. Here's Hero again with a lob pass over to Bam Adebayo, who got tripped up, and Guerschon Yabusele is guilty for committing the foul. Yabu was on Real Madrid back from 2021 to 2024, and then, of course, got himself into an NBA contract by bowling out in the Paris Olympics. And that's when he signed a deal with the Philadelphia 76ers. November 10th, Yabusele had 20 points, and of course he had his career high a couple of games ago. 7-6 is the score. Here's a 3 by Tyler Hero. That's why he's an all-star. Well, he makes a tray from beyond the arc, and it's 10-6 Miami. Oubre, again, over on the elbow. Almost lost it, has to turn around and go up with a jumper, and he couldn't get it. We didn't really talk about this last night, but Oubre did have a play where he tipped the ball in as he tried to gather a rebound, and that almost cost them, but that was something that was sort of an underlying storyline in last night's game. Yabusele trying to play defense, and here's a deep 3 by Bam Adebayo. He chucked it, and the Sixers come away with a board. Sixers with good ball movement on this possession, but they only have 6 points, and they have yet to knock down their first tray. So far in this game, they are just 0 for 5. Edwards will try to go up with a shot, and it's rejected, and a foul is called on Miami. We have Duncan Robinson out there, the 30-year-old, now from Michigan. Haywood Highsmith, a former Delaware Blue Coat. Kalal Ware, Tyler Hero, and Bam Adebayo all out there for the Miami Heat. Edwards is at the line. The first foul shot goes in and out, and he can't make it. Boy, what a season Justin Edwards has had. He's really been a threat, not only on the bench, but also in the starting rotation as well for the Sixers team. Gives them a lot of energy. It's hard to believe that he was a top pick in high school. He was scouted really high and then just did not ball out in college and went undrafted. Then you look at guys like Bronny James. You see them, and it's like, well, how did they get drafted? Foul shot, the second one is good. Excellent. Hero inside lays it up, or gives it up over to Jovic, and Jovic is able to have a little layup, and that makes it 12-7. Cruci for tonight's game. So it's Courtney Kirkland out there, Natalie Sago, and Simone Jelks, an all-female ref crew. That's pretty cool. That's awesome, actually. And we have another foul called over on the other side. Jelks in her 5th season, born in Cleveland, Ohio. She's officiated 40 regular season games in 4 seasons as an NBA staff official. Spent 3 seasons in the G League. 12-7 Miami. They lead it by 5. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button as well. Sixers are over from downtown, and they go from right to left. They'll have to inbound it, though, and it'll be George who inbounds it for the Philadelphia 76ers. Again, make sure you hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. The inbound goes to Tyrese Maxey. He's looking for Eric Gordon. Gordon back to Maxey in between the circles. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Maxey steps into the foul line and goes up with a foul line J. No. Adembona steals the rebound from Kevin Love, and Love pushed him out of bounds over towards the near side. And we have a foul called on the veteran Kevin Love. I mean, good job by Bona to just stick with that play and get a little bit dirty with it. And we have a timeout taken. I don't know if they're going to challenge this or not. Sixers are going to call a timeout. It is a loose ball foul called on Kevin Love, and the Sixers will return. Bonds, what's going on, man? Am I saying your name correctly? Please let me know down below if I'm saying your name the correct way. Again, 30 more subs in order for us to get to 4,800 subscribers. Hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notification bell icons as well. Let's play a little game, okay? Let's play a little game. I'm gonna give you the I'm gonna tell you 3 things about this former 76ers player, okay? And you have to guess who it is. All right. We'll keep it a little bit relevant, okay? We'll keep it a little bit relevant. So 3 guys about this player, okay? I played college basketball for the Huskies, okay? I played for the Huskies. Before I came to the Sixers, I was on the Memphis Grizzlies. And during my first year with the Sixers, I played in 72 games and averaged 24 and a half minutes per game. Chuck Norris. My real name is Breton. That's just a nickname, so I really don't care. Breton, what's going on, man? So again, I played for Memphis before I went to Philadelphia. And then my first season with the Sixers, I played in 72 games. I started in 16. And I went to Washington College. Played for the Huskies. Anybody know who this might be? Anybody know? Chuck Norris is incorrect. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The answer, okay, so I played for the Memphis Grizzlies before I went to the Sixers. Okay, I played at Washington College, and I was on the Huskies. And I also played with the 76ers, and in my first year, played 72 games, started in 16. And my name is Tony Roten. Tony Roten, man, 31 years old, and former Philadelphia 76er. Played with them from 2013 to 2015. You guys remember Tony Roten? All right, here is the foul shot. The first one by Bona. He knocks it down to make it 12-8. The second one is good.
Excellent.
Tony Roten, man, was a part of the process years, the early process years with Jeremy Grant and Evan Turner and Michael Carter-Williams. Here's a wide-open three-pointer by Miami, and that is off the mark from Haywood Highsmith, and the Heat will retain possession. Yes. Yes, that man was a bucket. He was. Him and Dish Smith, dude. I thought that was a good one. A little blast from the past, if you will. My man's 31 years old. He's still, I think he's actually playing overseas now. Hero thought about taking the three. Will give it up to Love, and Love volleyballs it into the hands of Oubre, and the Sixers come away with a steal. George on the drive. He lost the ball, and it was last touched by Miami. Nikola Jovic is the one who did touch it last. The challenge for Old Snowman beginning on Sunday. Yep, we got a 12-hour live stream on Sunday ourselves, and we're still covering this basketball team, and we're still doing Villanova. So, but it's going to be fun, and I'm very excited about it. George on the drive kicks it out over to Oubre. It seems that George has been very passive so far today. Oubre with a turnaround J connects. Philadelphia down by 1. They've only put up 11 points, and we are past the halfway point of the first quarter. Lineup is Robinson, Highsmith, Hero, Love, and Jovic. Here's Duncan Robinson, who fires up a three over Paul George. Good defense by PG. And Oubre crashing the board. Oubre outside to George. He'll pass it to Gordon for a wide-open three-pointer, and he airballed it. Adembona goes flopping down like a penguin, and it's going to be Miami basketball. Last time that the Sixers played the Heat, Miami actually won 106-89. That was back on November 18th. Jared McKean had 20 points for the Sixers. That's when he was playing. Will I be live for the Super Bowl? Oh, yes. I go live for Sixers, I go live for Eagles, and I go live for the Phillies. If you're a baseball guy, I'm telling you, make sure that you tune into our channel because we have a lot of people come on for baseball, and it is a lot of fun. Oubre gets it over at the top of the key as Highsmith was able to knock down the tray. Oubre trying to respond, and he takes it to the cup and lays it up and lays it in. 15-13, there's a tray from the other side by Miami, and it's off the mark. Tyrese Maxey climbs the ladder and hauls in the miss. Maxey goes behind the back, drives it to the cup, and he finishes with the finger roll finish. Tyrese Maxey with the ball handling skills. And we're locked up at 15 apiece. It's 15-15. And the next bucket is made by Miami. It was Tower Hero who was able to float it up and in. It was a tennis match score. Not 15 love, it was 15-15. Gordon with a bounce pass inside to George with a step back turnaround. Jay tried to bank it in. The banks are closed, PG. You can't bank it in now. It's 7:59 p.m. Eastern time. Can't do that. Bona with a rejection on the other side as he was able to chase down Jaime Jaquez Jr. and get a block. Denied him at the rim. Let's see the block emojis in the chat. Oubre for a tray. Switch goes the basketball. 1 point lead by Philadelphia. Timeout called by Spoles. And the Sixers are up 18-17 with 3 minutes and 43 seconds remaining in quarter number 1. Nice. K9, man. Kelly Oubre Jr. 7 points by Oubre. Kelly, we love you. We do. We do. We love you, Kelly. 4 days to go, man. Well, let me. I want to talk to you guys, man. I want to get your thoughts on. I want to get your thoughts on what your predictions are for tonight. Are we still thinking that the Sixers are going to make a big splash by trade deadline day tomorrow? Part of me still believes that Paul George is gone. Part of me still believes that. Kevin says no. Part of me still believes that Paul George is gone. Am I going a little bit too far? Maybe I am. I've been thinking about it for a while. I would not mind bringing back Jimmy Butler for this reason. Okay. Does he fit with the team that they have now? No. However, okay, let's say he wanted to sit out. Sixers could potentially just eat up the rest of his contract. They could try to find a place to trade him, right? And they honestly could just, like, once his contract is done, just move on. I think that with the way that this team is rolling right now, less is more. I don't like when we're adding Paul George back out there. Our team was playing very well at a very high, fast pace, and now Joel and Paul George come back, and that ruins the vibe. Was it that egregious last night? At times it was, with Joel Embiid out there. I didn't really say that because I thought that he played better than I expected him to. But basketball is all about vibes. And if you're vibing with people that you're out there on the court with and you're building that chemistry, why do you think that LeBron, Bosh, and Wade, why do you think it took them that long to gel? Because they needed reps. Now's really not the time for that. So, Sixers are up by 1 with about 3 minutes and 35 seconds to go in quarter number 1. Love downhill over to Jaime Jaquez, who wants to try to buzz his way past Paul George, and he got it up and in and one. Bad defense by Paul George, and the Heat leapfrog the Sixers, and they'll go for a 3-point opportunity with one more at the foul line. Does that make sense, though? Does that make sense? Do you think that Paul George, bringing him back and bringing Joel Embiid back, are messing with the vibe that the Sixers have right now? Do you think that that ruins the chemistry that they're building right now with a leader in Tyrese Maxey and a more fast-paced, up-tempo team? Because I do. Oubre for the Sixers hands it off down low over to Bona. Bona almost threw it away. Gets it back, though, luckily. Eric Gordon on a drive. He airballed a layup. He couldn't get it to go. Bona got the rebound, tries to lay it up and then couldn't do so. I've never seen Eric, I've never seen a guy just airball a layup like that. Was he covered a little bit? Yeah, but, dude, he airballed it. Like, wasn't even close. Airballing a layup. Kevin Love will try to pass it over to Jaime Jaquez. And with 2:56 left to go in the first quarter, it'll still be Miami basketball. Yeah, make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel as well. Sixers trail by 2 points. Kevin Love will get the inbound pass over at the top of the perimeter. Now it's Jovic who tries to find Hero from long distance. Hero decides not to take the shot just yet. He steps back, though. He's being guarded by Reggie Jackson. Puts up a foul line J, and Kyle Lowry leaps up and grabs the board. Remember Haywood Highsmith was a Sixer for 5 games? Yeah, I remember when he was a Delaware Bluecoat. Heck yeah. Kamel, what's going on, man? How are you? Yabusele over on the wing. Tries to dance down low. Puts up a little layup and connects. I do remember that. Yes, sir. Tough start for PG tonight. So far, 0 for 3 from the field, 0 for 2 from deep, and he has a couple of turnovers as well. Highsmith with a runner inside. Can't get the friendly roll. Rebound by Miami, but there is a whistle called. It's going to be against Philadelphia. How do you like our little ticker? Is the ticker working well? How does everything look on the vertical stream? Let me know how that looks too. I want to try to go live on TikTok, but I've just found out today that you can only go live for like an hour. So I might actually do that in the fourth quarter. I haven't really decided yet. But I think it'd be kind of nice to sort of expand the community and see what we can get over on the other socials. By the way, if you're on Twitch, hello. Here's Tyler Hero for a tray, and he got it. But he stepped out of bounds. It was actually Jovic who stepped out of bounds. He tried to take the three-pointer. And that's a big turnover by Miami. It's Tyrese Maxey, who's been really solid and sharp for the Sixers over their last couple of games. Here's Maxey from long range. Can't get the friendly roll. And Jaquez is the one who grabs the rebound for Miami. Jaquez again for a tray. And he can't get it. And the rebound gets tipped all the way over to Gershon Yabusele, who's off to the races. Yabusele with the finger roll finish. Got it to go, and the Sixers back out in front by 2. 1 minute, 20 seconds left to be played in the first quarter. Hero will try to buzz his way down low, and he can't get the layup, and there's a very late whistle, and I think it's going to be on Kyle Lowry. A very late whistle, and Nick Nurse is looking up over at the Jumbotron saying, how on earth is that a foul, and why would you call it that late? Still looking over at the Jumbotron. Let's see again. Hero tried to elbow his way past Reggie Jackson, and Jackson just, barely touched him. He got a little bit tangled with the elbows, but, it didn't resist him from shooting. Nonetheless, though, first foul shot is good. Only 22 points for the Sixers. Both teams have played very sloppy basketball so far. You can tell that both of these teams are on a back-to-back, the second half of a back-to-back. And Hero will tie the game at 22. Next time these two teams will play, they play each other on March 29th, and then it's on April 7th. Maxey with a pass over to Gordon. Yabusele with a floater inside. That's way too strong. And Kevin Love secures it. Still no points for K. Love. And 2 rebounds as well. Jaquez will try to be a locomotive as he heads down the lane, and he's fouled. Both teams are in the bonus. Kevin Love, 36 years old, won a championship with LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers back in 2015. It was during the The 2016-17 season. That was the 2015-16 season. That's right, because 2014-15 is when they lost to Golden State. Just averaging, though, 5.8 points per game this year. First foul shot, he gets it to go. Second one, that's good as well. That's Jaquez. That's a 24-22 lead for Miami. 41 seconds left to be played. Lowry fires the trigger for three. Yabusele tries to get the rebound. And we have another board by Miami. Minnesota, Kevin Love was filthy. Absolutely he was. Sixers can't play zone. And Jovic just rolls over towards the basket on a little lob pass. That was by Jaquez. And the Sixers down by 4. Jaquez Jr. with the assist. That's his second assist tonight. 7 seconds separating the shot clock from the game clock. Gordon wide open as crystal clear for three. Yes! 1 point deficit with 9 seconds remaining in the first, and the shot clock is unplugged. Here's Hero on the drive over towards the basket, finds a wide open three-point shooter, and that is Scary Terry, and he drains it and answers back with a three of his own. Sixers will inbound it. Lowry with a player from three-quarters court, hits the back of the backboard, and that is going to wrap up quarter number 1. Sixers, they put up 25 points, and the Heat put up 29, and the Sixers just cannot get things going offensively as they look tired, they look fatigued, and they look to change that in the second quarter. As you might expect, a Maxey, Jackson, Lowry, Gordon, Yabu 5 did not offer a lot of defensive resistance, as Kyle Neubeck. No, it did not. I don't mind that lineup. But it did not work out. Maybe now's the time we throw in Jeff Doughton Jr. You throw something at the wall, you see what sticks. Maybe he has the hot hand today. Is that a panic move? Yes. But sometimes you got to shake things up a little bit. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. Scott says, be right back. How do you feel? Which emoji do you feel describes the KJ Martin trade? 32% of you are smiling. 21% of you are sad. 37% of you are confused. And 11% of you are angry. I'm getting more towards the angry side. That's where I am. Michael's here. What's going on, Mike? How are you? How are you doing, my friend? We go into quarter number 2. Let's take a look at the NBA scores. Rest of the scores around the league. We got 20 concurrent viewers. Thank you all so much for watching. Again, like, subscribe, and hit the bell icons as well. We need 30 more subs for us to get to 4,800. I'm on the road, and we are so close. Spread that word, man. Tell your friends, tell your family members. If you guys know other people who just love tuning into nice quality play-by-play on YouTube, there's not a lot out there. So tell them about this channel, and also if they are Philadelphia sports fans, put in the word, man, for your boy. The Bucks, they lead it by 10 points at 66-56 out in Charlotte. Damian Lillard does have 18 points. Miles Bridges has 11. Cavs, they lead it by 9 in Detroit at halftime. Sixers looking to try to gain some ground on Detroit as well in the standings. The Spurs lead it 70-54 with 26 seconds to go in the second. De'Aaron Fox already with 16 points and 6 assists. Then the Grizzlies are down by 5 to Toronto in the second quarter. Bulls and Timberwolves got underway, and we have 4 more games coming on in the later window. First shot is up and in by Nikola Jovic as he hits a little floater, and the Sixers are looking to provide a counterpunch. Jackson on the drive, turns it up and turns it in. Haven't been leaping up with the Sixers this year, but how about them birds, baby? Fly, Eagles, fly. Yes, sir. Absolutely. 31-27. Sixers come away with a steal off of the turnover by Robinson. Lowry to Jackson for a three. Bang! Reggie Jackson with 5 straight points for the Sixers. And maybe you just keep the guy out there and see how long it lasts. But Reggie Jackson with a wide open three as far as the eye can see. And the Sixers are down by 1 point. The lineup out there for the Heat, it's Robinson, Adebayo, Jovic, Rozier, and Jaquez. Lowry with the rebound off of the missed pass by Terry Rozier. Jackson, another one. Got it! Reggie Jackson going off. And the Sixers are up by 2. He has put the Sixers on an 8-0 run, if you can believe that. That is unbelievable. Reggie Jackson with the Midas touch for Philadelphia. Wow, that's insane. Wow. Let's go. Let's go, Reggie. Reggie Jackson, man. Reggie Jackson knocking it out of the park for the Sixers. The Miami Heat are finalizing a deal to send Jimmy Butler to the Golden State Warriors for Andrew Wiggins, Dennis Schroeder, Kyle Anderson, and a protected first-round pick. Kamel Emmanuel with the breaking news. Wow. According to Shams, the Warriors get Butler, the Heat get Wiggins and Schroeder, and Anderson and a first-round pick. That, to me, is a home run deal for Pat Riley. That's a home run deal for Pat Riley. That is an absolute haul. Wow. I wanted Andrew Wiggins, but now our only chance is KD. So, Jimmy Butler, you are a Golden State Warrior. I don't even know if he wasn't even suited up for tonight's game, but I didn't even see him out there. Crazy, man. Dude, thank you so much for the little bomb. That's a haul. That's a lot. That is good for Pat Riley. Pat Riley really doing Pat Riley things. He's a very good GM, man. All right, so it's 33-31. Sixers lead it by 2. They have to play defense as Adebayo hits a step-back fadeaway and ties the game at 33. All right, Sixers have the hot hand, and that's Reggie Jackson. Here's Gordon over at the foul line. Gordon looking for some help, dumps it off over to Lowry, and Kyle Lowry hits the layup against his former ball club. And Philadelphia leads it by 2, man. Can you just imagine Butler and Curry together on the same team and still Draymond Green out there as well? They didn't have to give up Peyton. Interesting. Or Kuminga. There's a little bounce pass over back outside for a three-pointer, but they're not going to count it. And they will say a 3-second turnover called on Jaquez. So Butler suspended for 7 games back on January 3rd, then got suspended for 2 games back on January 22nd, and then was suspended indefinitely because he walked out of practice. Just got traded to the Warriors. 35 to 33. Sixers lead it by 2 points. Gordon down low, over to Bona, who lays it up and lays it on in. 37 points to 33. And Philadelphia still up by 4. Jovic has the rock at the top of the perimeter. Throws it over his head, over to Adebayo for a 3. Was that Bam? Or Terry Rozier it was for a 3. And he got it. Terry Rozier, Scary Terry, so far 2 for 3 from downtown. Jackson trying to drive it inside. Takes it back outside over towards the elbow. Dumps it off to Oubre, who's at the far elbow. Spins, turns, goes up with a shot. He was a little bit reckless there, but he did get the foul call. So the Sixers, with this lineup out there, I mean, like, let's look at this. You got Lowry, Jackson, Gordon, Oubre, and Bona, which is just a recipe for disaster. They're on a 12-7 run. Wild. First foul shot by Kelly Oubre. It's a little bit off the mark. Kamel, thank you so much, man. I actually just got the notification as soon as you said something, but right as soon as you said it, I saw something pop up on my phone. Foul shot number 2 by Oubre. Got it. 30 more subs in order for us to get to 4,800. Hit that like button. We have 22 likes. I want us to get to 30 before the end of the first half. Sixers knock the ball loose. Jackson off to the races. Hands it off over to Oubre, and the ball goes out of bounds. It was last touched by Philadelphia. Or actually, scratch that. It was last touched by Miami. Jovic thought that he was going to inbound it, and it'll be Sixers ball. So these refs sort of look a little bit confused out there. Everybody looks confused. They don't know what's going on. And Lowry will inbound it for the Sixers. He'll give it up over to Oubre over on the far corner. Oubre trips just a little bit, tries to spin one way, then turns the other way, and pulls up for a J. Won't fall. 2-point lead for the Sixers. The NBA is absolutely insane, man. Explain this Warriors trade. It's pretty interesting. Here's Bam Adebayo, who gets double-teamed by Lowry and Jackson. Almost turned the ball over. Duncan Robinson outside. Throws it up for a three-pointer by Rozier. No. And Robinson comes up with the rebound. Rozier for the second try. He can't get it either. Another offensive rebound by Adebayo. Here's Robinson for 3. And another offensive rebound by Miami. It's like last night all over again. And this is what happens when you go to a guard lineup that is old. And that's exactly how Miami responds. 15 boards for them. 4 on just that possession. That was ugly. And we have a foul called on the other side as Lowry was in the act of shooting, and Adebayo, I think, hit him on the wrist. They gave up 4 offensive rebounds. 4. Could not box out. Don't have the size out there. Nobody could get around. Justin Edwards was back out there for the Sixers. So I wanted to make sure that I did say that correctly. Eric Gordon is on the bench, but even still, Lowry and Jackson still out there. And the first foul shot is up and in by Kyle Lowry, and Jackson is going to head over to the bench. Can you believe that they just gave up 4 offensive boards? Wild. Foul shot number 2 by Lowry. Close but no cigar. And rebound goes to Miami as we ride the pendulum. Terry Rozier over at the nail finds a wide open 3-point shooter. And Adem Bona, not Adebayo, Dembona is the one who tries to give it up to Edwards, who got the rebound. Edwards on the drive, being unselfish, throws it up over to Bona. Bona can't get it to go. And Miami off to the races again. Rozier at the nail, tries to go with a shot, and he's fouled. How do we get Kevin Durant? We get lucky. We get lucky. We have to... I think he's still on the move, man. I do. I think that this actually is a good thing for the Sixers. Because Phoenix wanted... Jimmy Butler wanted to go to Phoenix. He's going to the Warriors. Lindy Waters and Josh Richardson to be traded to the Pistons as a part of the Jimmy Butler deal, too. The Pistons are having themselves a pretty good day. Wow. They got KJ Martin. They got 2 second-round draft picks. And they got Lindy Waters. Pretty nice player. I liked him. And, yeah, pretty good for them. And Josh Richardson, former Sixer. All right, Yabusele dumps it off over to Tyrese Maxey. So Rozier made the second foul shot. Yabusele swings it out to George for the lead. He got it! Jackpot for a downtown three. 42 points for Philadelphia. And Paul George finally on the board. 1 for 3 he is shooting-wise from the field. And all 3 of his shots have been from beyond the arc. Rozier gets it. And now we'll try to go down the lane with the left hand. And he still got it as he dived on forward. He was very off balance. And Miami back down by 1. Maxey at the nail, looking to put up a J. Can't get the soft touch. And the board belongs to Pell Larson. Larson tries to hand it off over to Bam Adebayo. And Adebayo gets called for a charge. It is a charge called on Bam as he just elbowed Gershon Yabusele. Yeah, Embiid looked pretty good last night. He looked good at times last night. He was better than what I expected. He was better than what I expected. I said originally that he was the MVP of last night's game. I went back and I rewatched the game. No, he was not. It was indeed Gershon Yabusele and Tyrese Maxey. The both of those guys and Justin Edwards were the top 3 players in last night's game. Maxey hands it off over to Kelly Oubre, and Oubre tries to fizzle down the lane and gets the soft touch with the layup. Miami looking to tie the game with a 3. Hero for a tray. Connects. Tyler Hero swishes it from the far corner. And it's back to a deuce. Maxey behind the back, bounce pass over to Yabusele. What a pass by Maxey, and Yabu cashes one in from deep. 5 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Sixers shooting 40% from downtown. The Heat shooting 33% from downtown. Here's a 3-pointer again by Rozier off the dribble, and he got it. Terry Rozier going back to his former Boston days. Now 3 for 6 from beyond the arc. Edwards trying to look for some space. Dumps it off to Maxey. Edwards gets it back, lets it fly. And his 3, he bricks it, but he grabs his own miss. A kick out to George for the second try. Got it! Paul George starting to heat up now. He's made 2 threes in a row. And it's been a 3-point splash between the both of these teams. Sixers 9 for 13 shooting-wise in this quarter. And Miami shooting 7 for 13. There's a layup that's airballed. So Eric Gordon airballed a layup, and this time it's Pell Larson who actually got the ball blocked by Justin Edwards. And Rozier gets the rebound off of the missed shot by the Sixers. Here's a floater inside by Scary Terry, and he gets it. Terry Rozier, 16 points, 6 for 9 from the field. This is a guy this year who, by the way, is averaging 12, so he's already 4 points above his average in just this game alone. Behind the back bounce pass from Maxey to Yabusele. Oubre with a trifecta. Can't splash it from the near wing. And Miami gets another board. Rozier, 30 years old now, went to Louisville, was drafted by Boston as the 16th overall pick back in 2015. And the Sixers play very good defense as Yabusele comes away with the board. Dumps it back off to Tyrese Maxey. 3:25 left to go. Yabu down low to Oubre, and Oubre can't make the layup. Kelly Oubre, man, was in the dunker spot, and he could not hit the reverse layup. Man, again, just some silly mistakes that he just makes sometimes. He had a nice little layup before that, and then he just misses a wide open one where he's in the dunker spot. He tried to hit a reverse layup, and he sort of was thinking a little bit too hard. Come on, man. Sixers they're up by 1 with 3:10 to go. Ware, Hero, Jovic, Jaquez, and Larson all out there for Miami. Sixers fight for a loose ball as Yabusele comes away with a steal, picks a pocket of a Heat member. Edwards wide open, puts up a layup, and Philadelphia gets a little bit of some breathing room. It's 52-49. Hero with a no-look pass. Here's a three-point shot that's up by Jovic, and he knocks it down to tie this baby up at 52 apiece. Maxey, here he comes. He steps back, lets it fly from the pond. Yes! Oh, yes, baby! Miami Heat also get P.J. Tucker in this deal as well. 55-52, Sixers lead it by 3 points. And Jaquez will try to float it up and in, but he's fouled by Reese. Maxey just 9 points in this game. That was his first 3 that he's made today. And a guy who's 4th in the NBA in scoring, who had 33 points in his last game, he's been balling out. 15 straight performances with 25 or more. And we have a timeout called, and the Sixers will be back in a flash. Sixers do call the timeout. Tyrese Maxey is good at basketball. You can say that again. All right, I got to blow my nose really quickly. Dennis Schroeder is headed to Utah, and Kyle Anderson to Toronto as part of this multi-team trade. Huh. All right, be right back. Hello, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed that little elevator relaxing music. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. We go on for Sixers, we go on for Phillies and Eagles games. We do traditional play-by-play on this channel, but obviously we interact with each and every one of you because this is the future of broadcasting, and I just really enjoy being with y'all. I do. I think that we have a very, very cool group, and looking to continue to just build this thing, man. 2 years, and more and more success further and further as we go. All right, Sixers lead it by 3 with about 2:16 to go in the second quarter. Isn't it so bizarre how Reggie Jackson will actually put us on an 8-2 run to start off that second quarter, and that lineup was so egregious with Eric Gordon, Kyle Lowry and Reggie Jackson, and also Lowry was able to get a layup out of it too. I just think that that's so odd. I guess everyone's hyped up for Sunday. Nah, I could care less about it. Keep a straight face. First foul shot is good by Miami. Jimmy Butler has agreed to a 2-year, $121 million extension with the Warriors. And the Heat are receiving Golden State's 2025 first-round pick, which is protected for selections 1 to 10 as part of the Butler trade, sources say. Here's Maxey on a tray. Puts it up. Can't put it in. If the pick does not convey this year, same protections are in 2026. I mean, what is going on? Crazy. There's a little alley-oop pass by Miami as Jaime Jaquez gets the little alley-oop jam. And Pelle Larsson comes up with the assist. That is unbelievable. Maxey dribbles over towards the top of the key, hands it back off over to Gershon Yabusele. And here's George, another tray. It's off the mark. And rebound goes to Jovic. And Jovic and the Sixers got to play defense. And D up here. Hero in between the circles, takes a couple of jab steps. Now wants to dance all over Yabusele. Yabu tries to stay on his man. George strips it. The ball goes out of bounds. And it'll still be Miami ball. So P.J. Tucker and the Miami Heat also reunite from this deal. This is a huge trade, man. Tyler Hero gets it and actually almost lost it, and now it's to pass it back outside to Jovic. Another three-pointer, and he got it to go. 1 minute left to be played. Nikola Jovic, what a game for him. Already making a 27-foot jumper, and he's 2 for 2 from beyond the arc. Maxey will try to fizzle his way down the lane. Can't get that one to go. And that makes it now 59-55. A drive and a slice and dice play by Jovic. He got it and one. 61-55. If you're spamming the emojis, you're good. As long as you're not doing it too much. Also, Mr. Rory might just be pressing buttons on his phone. 61-55. I learned that the hard way. I remember somebody else was doing that, and they weren't even looking at their phone, and they were just randomly pressing buttons and timing people out. That was scary. The foul shot is up and in. And makes it 62-55. Sixers lose the ball again. 28 seconds left to go. Duncan Robinson on the drive over towards the basket. Oubre got the board. And we have a very late whistle called on Philadelphia. Got 31 people tuning on in. Again, 30 more subscribers in order for us to get to 4,800. Butler, a Warrior, strange to say. It is, man. It is very, very wild. And we have a technical foul called on the Sixers. And Tyler Hero can't make the foul shot. The technical foul was on Paul George. Maxey gets the inbound pass. 20 seconds left to be played in this second quarter. Maxey over at the Wells Fargo Center. Sino back on up. He takes it over towards the logo. Crosses over a couple of times. Bounces it to Oubre over at the Penn Medicine sign. Gives it back outside to Maxey. Maxey gets the ball not to lose, but a foul is called with about 4 1/10 of a second to go. And I think Maxey is going to stay put at the line and try to make 2 free throws. We were going to break down this whole entire Jimmy Butler trade when we go into halftime, because this is wild. How many picks and players were traded It's insane. The first foul shot by Tyrese Maxey, and he makes it a 2-possession ball game. Are you calling the Super Bowl, JJ? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Everybody wants to know if I'm calling the Super Bowl. Of course. Oh, of course I am. I would not miss that. We're doing a 12-hour live stream, man. 12-hour live stream. Second foul shot by Tyrese Maxey. He got it to go. 2 seconds left over on the clock, and there's a 3-point shot by Jovic. He can't get it, and that'll do it. Halftime coming on up, and the Sixers down by 5. We'll be right back. I'm going to take 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I will be back at 8:41 p.m. Eastern Time, and then we'll do our little halftime show. See you soon. Don't change that dial. Be right back. You know, nobody noticed today. Nobody noticed something a little bit different about me today, and I'm a little bit disappointed in y'all. I'm a little bit disappointed in y'all. Just thought about that right now. We'll save that for another day, though. But yes, I did something today. Tell me what the difference is. Tell me what the difference is. Let's talk about this trade, man. Let's try to do that right now. I'm still trying to process this, dude. Okay. So here's the full details. We're going to lay this out right now over on the window capture. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So here is the news. Okay. This is the full breakdown of the trade. Okay. This is the full breakdown. So the full details, right? They include Jimmy Butler going to Golden State, Andrew Wiggins, PJ Tucker, Warriors 2025 top 10 protected pick in 2017, a top 10 protected pick, in 2027, and another one that's in 2026. Utah gets Dennis Schroeder. Toronto gets Kyle Anderson. And Detroit gets Lindy Waters the third. And Josh Richardson. It's a pretty big deal. Miami won this trade. Golden State got their guy. They did. They got their guy. But Miami won this trade. They got Andrew Wiggins. PJ Tucker, it is what it is with PJ. But the draft picks that they get back, that's insane. Actually kind of annoys me more that Daryl Morey can't do anything right now. Please go get us Kevin Durant, dude. Whatever it takes to go get... 1 second. Pause the music. There is no music, JJ. I know. Why are you talking to yourself? I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out. I'm trying to do a lot of things at once. Daryl. Okay. It is 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time. In 3 hours and 15 minutes, it'll be a brand new day. And then you got 15 hours to try to get a deal done and go get Kevin Durant. Not Bradley Beal, not LeBron James. You're going to go get Kevin Durant. If you have to put in, this is where people are going to part with me now. They can probably hear it. If you have to put in Ricky Council the fourth in the deal to go get Kevin Durant alongside Andre Drummond and Eric Gordon and Paul George, shake that hand. Shake that hand. If they want Yabu, hang up the phone. If they want Maxey, hang up the phone. If they want McCain, hang up the phone. But Ricky, I love you. I'm shipping you to Phoenix if Durant is available. If somehow we can get that guy, please. Has a great player been traded more than Durant? Define great. Kyrie Irving's been traded a lot. James Harden's been traded a lot. Russell Westbrook is looked upon as a great player. Yeah, I'd say yes. I would say yes. Go get me Kevin Durant. I don't care if he's injury prone. He's still balling at a high level. He's actually playing very well. And he would be the perfect fit with Embiid if he is healthy and Tyrese Maxey. I could see him and Maxey getting along so well. And that defense is going to be stacked. So, if you have to move on, I will repeat this again. Daryl, if you have to say bye-bye to Ricky Council and throw him in the trade, you nod your head and you shake your hand. Is that too much of a stretch? Do I see Paul George being traded? I'm seeing less and less of it, but there is a chance. Sixers Shoyo says, Kevin Durant, we're building a statue if you come here. 36 years old, and he still has some good years left. I'll take him. Durant can still ISO. He can catch and shoot off the dribble. And again, Now we have a second scoring option. We have a second legitimate scoring option who can run up and down the court still and still play at a very high level. So, he's still balling. Still balling. Please, Daryl Morey, go get a home run deal. And if you have to throw in Ricky, you got to do it. If they want Yabu, I'll say no. If they want Oubre, I'll say no. If they want McCann, I'll say no. If they want Maxey, obviously, I'd say no. Everybody else, have at it. Have at it. The Slim Reaper. It needs to happen, dude. I will not sleep until this happens. I'm probably going to be up all night waiting for this thing to go down overnight because I'm a psycho. I'm a Philadelphia sports psycho. Okay, I literally breathe and bleed Philadelphia sports. I'm pretty crazy. I'm not as crazy as other people, though. I'm not. But I'd say I'm pretty crazy. To be on here almost every single day, I'd say is pretty crazy behavior. That's freakish behavior. If you guys want to become a member of the Philly Freak family, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. All right, I'm going to take one more step off because I'm still a little bit cloggy. As you know, JJ, I'm a Lakers fan. What did you think about the Luka trade? Still doesn't make sense to me. It still doesn't make sense to me. I'm sorry, I gotta go blow my nose again. I'll be right back. All right, we should be ready to get things rolling in just a little bit. Again, if you are new to the channel, make sure you hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. Let us know if you like this this quarter layout up top. Please give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I want to hear your honest opinions about it. Do we like it? Do we not like it? Again, just wanted to throw something at the wall tonight and see what sticks. So I wanted to just test that out. Let's look at some NBA scores. We will do that right now. So as we take a look at the other scores around the National Basketball Association, the Raptors have a 1-point lead against Memphis. with about 10:07 to go in the third quarter. Jane, thank you so much. Give me more thumbs up or thumbs downs, honest opinions. Pelicans and Nuggets will play at 9 o'clock, and then you got Suns and Thunder at 9:30 as well. We mentioned that the Cavs are only up by 3 now with 7 seconds to go in the third quarter. And they're taking on the Pistons. If the Pistons lose, the Sixers can gain some ground on them if they win. Spurs are also beating the Hawks by 7 points. It's 101-94. None of the Suns are warming up, allegedly, says Archie. What's up, man? How are you? How are you, my guy? Shout out to you, my boy. Nets down by 4. It's 65-61 in halftime. The Heat lead it by 5, as we just mentioned, as we start off the third quarter. Grizzlies down by 1. Timberwolves lead it 51-49 in the second quarter. Then 9 o'clock, we got Pelicans, Nuggets. Then we got Warriors, Jazz, Suns, and Thunder at 9:30. And at 10 o'clock, it's Magic and Kings. So we're ready to start off the third quarter. Miami does get the ball. There's a little dump-off pass that's supposed to go to Bam Adebayo, and it was last touched by Bam, and it goes out of bounds. RG, congrats! Let's go! Let's go, baby! New job for you. We will celebrate that when we go into a timeout. Stay on. Yabusele on the drive over towards the basket, and he flops like a duck. And it's rebounded by Miami. Duncan Robinson will try to take it over towards the baseline, and he wants to try to throw it away over to Bam Adebayo, who is at the nail. Hero at the top of the perimeter, and there's a shot that goes up, and it's rejected by Yabusele. Maxey outside over to Justin Edwards. And Maxey back out there on the perimeter. What's he going to do? Dribbles with the left hand, crosses over towards the right side. Edwards gets it back over to Maxey. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Maxey with a inside-outside pass over to Oubre, and Oubre takes it over towards the foul line, puts up a baby floater, and can't get it. It was a little line drive laser, and just could not knock it in. Hero fakes a 3. And Adebayo gets the ball stolen away by the Sixers again. Maxey on the fast break tried to bank it in from downtown. And Miami again with another rebound. They are just out-rebounding the Sixers. And not a good shot selection there as Miami answers back with a 3. And it's Tyler Hero who hits it from the top of the key. It's an 8-point lead for the Heat. And we've only played 1 minute and 45 seconds in this third quarter. George with a step-back mid-range J. Yabusele tries to save it. The ball goes out of bounds, and it was last touched by Miami. Thank you, Jan. I love it. JJ, would you want KD for a PD trade, or is it too late for the season? I'll take KD any day. I want KD. And by the way, congrats on your job, man. Congrats. Let's go. Shout out to RG. That's awesome. Congratulations, my friend. I'm going to ring the bell for you tonight. Maxey will try to drive it inside, and he can't get the soft touch to go. The Sixers have only put up 2 points. And the Heat have only put up 3. They've been so stale already. Adebayo gets it knocked loose. The Sixers off to the races. Edwards to Maxey. Maxey with a nice little artistic finish. And Philadelphia down by 6. Saw that the Suns and Warriors were shopping around to all 29 other teams. Sixers lucky that we got Bradley Beal. I feel that, man. There's a little dump-off pass over the Tyler Hero. Adebayo throws it away again. How many throwaways has he had in this third quarter? That's like his 3rd turnover specifically. And that's what's keeping the Sixers alive. Oubre to George. George to Edwards for a trade. Knocks it down. 3-point ball game with 9:03 to play in the third. 13 turnovers by Miami and just 2 by the Sixers. Here's a 3 by Hero, and he sinks it from the top of the key. Tyler Hero playing hero ball with a 6-point lead for Miami. Maxey will try to go outside over to George, and George goes down the lane, lays it up, can't lay it in. Oh my gosh, Paul George, what are you doing, man? What are you doing, man? Come on. Ball gets knocked loose again, and another turnover by Miami. This is like the sloppiest basketball I've seen in a very long time between the both of these teams. It's just turnover after turnover, and yet we're down by 6. And George can't make a wide-open layup. A bunny. George dumps it off over to Tyrese Maxey, man. Maxey back over to George. Can George make up for it? He bounces it over to Yabusele for a tray. Kershaw Yabusele can't hit it. And Hero comes up with the rebound for Miami. Tries to drive it inside. Throws it away. Another turnover by the Heat. That's 7 straight turnovers, if you can believe that. Edwards for 3. No. And the Sixers just cannot capitalize on the other side. This is so embarrassing. 33 rebounds, and yet a billion turnovers. 9 steals the Sixers have, and yet they're just down by 6. Here's another 3 by Hero, and he bricks it as it hits the front of the rim. Edwards climbs the ladder for the Sixers, and Tyrese Maxey will get the ball back on the other side. Maxey being a speed of lightning, he says, I'm going to take it myself to the cup, and he does. And 68-64 with 7:25 left to be played in the third quarter, and a timeout burned by Eric Spoelstra. I have never seen a third quarter or literally just a whole sequence of where your basketball team turns it over 7 times in a row. I swear that was 7 straight turnovers. No Sixer has made more than 5 shots yet tonight, and Tyrese is the only one with 5. Shout out to Tyrese Maxey for coming out here to play. How many turnovers does this team need in order for them to score a basket? Happiness is priceless, man. If we could hit 50% off their turnovers, we would have... I've never seen something that egregious, dude. I could have sworn that was like 7 straight turnovers. And yet we're just bricking threes. Paul George is missing wide open layups. And yet they still have the lead. And kudos to Maxey for saying, nah, I ain't even going to pass it. Give me the damn ball. Give me the damn rock. Him and Edwards are the only ones balling out there. And Yabusele. Katie went out to warm up and then went back to the locker room. Just something to keep your eye on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hold up. Hold up. Wait. Hold up 1 second. 1 second. Here we go. Could it really be? Could it be? Could it be? Please. Please. Dude, if the last shot that I see from Paul George is a wide-open missed layup, I'm happy. I'm done. I'm done. I'm so done. The amount of lack of effort that this guy gives out there. I got to call it like it is, man. Tyrese Maxey, according to Austin Krell, was keeled over before that last time out. Couldn't tell if he was hurt or just exhausted, but he's staying in the game. Just keep your eye on that. The Heat have a squad now without Jimmy. What's up, Benj? How are you? 68-64, Philadelphia down by 4. Again, Paul George just missed a wide-open layup, and the Heat have had 7 straight turnovers, and yet the Sixers are still down in this third quarter. Make it make sense. Another turnover as Adebayo turns it over. Yabusele got the steal, and Oubre turns it back over. A trade of turnovers, and Edwards got the turnover off the bad pass by Duncan Robinson. It's just been turnovers galore for Miami. Maxey with a dunk as he throws it down. Tyrese Maxey. What a shot and what a dunk by the kid. 6:34 to go in the third quarter. Here's a three by Adebayo. Of course he's going to hit it. Of course. But Maxey with the sledgehammer. A guy who's just a guard, and he just... I think that he flew right over towards the rim. Oof. All right, 71 points to 66. Maxey has scored the last 2 buckets for the Sixers. George with a drop-off pass inside over to Yabusele. And we have a foul called. It's actually a kickball violation on Khalil Ware. Phew. Man, how about Paul George actually playing good defense and getting a block on the other side, and that led to a Tyrese Maxey fast break dunk, where he just was able to sledge it in with the hard hammer. George gets the inbound pass. He's looking to give it up to somebody. Just take the shot. George will try to take it over towards the elbow. He's double-teamed. He looks to throw it back outside to Oubre for a three-pointer, and he can't get it. Didn't even hit the rim. That's how far off it was. Only 9 points by both teams so far, and we have another turnover called on the Heat. How many is that? That is Tyler Hero with a turnover. And with 5:52 to go in the third quarter, the Sixers get the ball back. That's 18 turnovers in this game, and we're not even through the third quarter. Egregious. 5:45 to go in the third quarter. Maxey on the drive towards the basket. He should have gotten the foul call there. Did not, though. And the refs to the whistle. Adebayo gets it for Miami. Duncan Robinson at the Wells Fargo Center sign will try to lob it over to Adebayo. Bam Adebayo wants to try to kick it out to Robinson for a tray, and he got it. Bullseye. Makes it 74-66 with 5:20 to go in the third quarter. Maxey in between the circles, and he wants to try to take it towards the foul line. Extended, puts up a J, and swishes it. Maxey in this game, how many points does he have, JJ? Well, give him 17 points, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds in this outing. Adebayo for a tray. That's way too strong. He bricks it, and Oubre hauls it in for the Sixers. And the Sixers are actually down by 6 points. Maybe they could try to be a little bit more creative on offense. Oubre will try to lay it up and in, and he does. He got the friendly roll, and still a 2-possession game at 74-70. Really not a lot of creativity on the offensive side. Oubre almost stole it. Here's Hero for a three-pointer. Got it. It was off balance, and yet still was able to make it. And I think he got fouled too. He did on the closeout. So it's an and-one opportunity and a 4-point play as Oubre, playing reckless basketball, just fouled him. And that was, was that really a foul there? Really, refs? Really? They had a little bit of contact with the shooting cam, but was it so egregious? We're losing this game despite only having 3 turnovers, and they have 18. The foul shot by Tyler Hero, and he gets it. It's a 4-point play, and that's a killer for Philadelphia. I mean, maybe we should try to change the lineups too. Well, Adem Bona is back out there, so that is good news. Maxey takes it over towards the right side of the elbow, hands it off to Oubre for a three-pointer, and that's short. And it's another rebound by Miami. They've been all over the glass. 4 minutes and 13 seconds to play in the third quarter. Jovic taking on Maxey. There's a mismatch down low. Bono looks to help him. Adebayo for 2. He hits the J inside the foul line from about 12 feet. And it's a 10-point lead for Miami. They're already on a 7-0 run. And the Sixers biting themselves in the butts. And we have another timeout called by Nick Nurse. We only have 13 points in this third quarter. Only 13 points. Paul George in tonight's game, and I really hate to be this guy, but again, I got to call it like it is. Paul George has been a huge minus for the Sixers in this game. I literally just raged on Twitter. Jonas Valanciunas from the Wizards got traded to the Kings. Yeah, I saw that too. When I watch my basketball teams, the careless turnovers drives me crazy. Some are the defenses, but some are just, what are you thinking, sir? And that's a lot of those plays, man. This is insane. Shams Charania just said several teams or several trade suitors emerged for Lonzo Ball in recent days, but he and the Bulls have now reached a deal that keeps him in Chicago through the 2026-2027 season. So the Bulls and Ball have agreed to a $20 million 2-year extension. It's a lot of money for a guy who doesn't play. I mean, well, that's $10 million a year. That's actually not really a lot of money. Well, dude, this is so frustrating. What are the plus-minus stats for Paul George tonight? Minus 13. Yabu's a minus 15. Edwards is a minus 17. Maxey's a minus 14, but it's not all his fault. Our bench is actually a plus. Our bench is doing good, but their bench is doing better. Kawhi makes that kind of money too, says RG. Trade PG! Trade PG! Trade PG! Refs, you suck. Oh my gosh, I just wanted to play that. I cannot wait to play that in the Super Bowl. I'm so excited to be playing that that audio drop. That's going to be great. I was thinking, what does Curry make? Then I saw RG. That's a great soundbite. Thanks. Yeah. I can't wait to use that in the Super Bowl with the Chiefs. I got it specifically for that. That's a saver for the troops. 80-70, Sixers have to inbound it. Maxey gives up over to Gordon, then he lost the ball. It's turned over, and Tyler Hero gets it for Miami. Nice start. 3:43 left to go in the third quarter. Hero gets it over at the wing, swings it outside to Terry Rozier, who's at the foul line, puts up a floater, and the lead is up to 12. It's 82-70. Again, the Sixers only have 13 points in this quarter alone. It's an 8-0 run by the Heat, and yet the Sixers are still staying put. 82 points for Miami. Oubre on the drive towards the basket, hands it off to Edwards, and yet the Sixers still play the same exact lineup out there. Edwards on the drive towards the basket, lays it up and lays it in. It's a 10-point game, and Justin Edwards able to hit it as he got a little reverse layup and a little how do you do to fall. Adebayo hands it off to Rozier, and now Jovic gets it down low in the paint, trying to buzz Eric Gordon down low and take him to school, and he does. Just too easy. It's easy as 1, 2, 3 for the Heat. They have now scored on their last 5 possessions. Maxey tries to slice and dice into the lane as he cuts to the basket and makes the underhanded layup. 2.5 minutes left to be played in the third. Jovic with 20 points. He's 8 for 8 from the field and 3 for 3 from beyond the arc. Adebayo gets past Maxey. I mean, this is what happens when you don't have a big out there and when the big is playing outside. And Adebayo just got there with ease. They don't have dude. Oh, yes, they do. Adembona is out there. Maxey at the top of the perimeter. But why is he playing so far out? I mean, now he wants to set a screen for Maxey. Maxey lets it fly for a tray. Forced it. No. Bona tips it off over to Oubre for the rebound. And Oubre is looking to hand it back off over to Maxey. Maxey with a dime inside to Bona. And Bona able to get it up and in with the left hand. Maxey, man, he's huffing and puffing a little bit. I mean, not too much, but that's how much of an adjustment this Miami Heat team has made. Maxey gets the rebound off of a miss two by Miami. And here's Maxey on the drive towards the basket. And it'll be Miami basketball as Oubre did touch it last. And Haywood Highsmith will be the inbounder. Starkey! What's going on, Starkey? How are you? Thank you so much for stopping by. Appreciate you. What is up, Starkey? Make sure you guys go follow Starkey. Starkey is an incredible gamer. She's also just an incredible person. If you want to have a good conversation with somebody, go talk to a Starkey, and I mean that. 86 points for the Miami Heat and 76 for the 76ers. 90 seconds left to be played as the third quarter is winding down. And Miami will try to extend their lead to either a dozen or a baker's dozen. Jovic in between the circles, dumps it off over to Hero, and there's a three by Highsmith. That one won't go in. And we have a loose ball foul called on Kyle Lowry. Or is it on Ricky Council? It is. Yeah, why now does Ricky Council come on in? I mean, this lineup is literally not putting up any offense to start off this third quarter. Doesn't make any sense. Miami's throwing a zone at us again, and now we're struggling with it. That's the bottom line. We're struggling against their zone, and yet it doesn't matter how many times they turn the ball over, we still can't hit a shot from the perimeter and break the zone. Jovic will try to throw it up over to his center, and he can't throw it down. Sixers get a rebound. Again, Jackson over at the elbow. Crosses over, gets double-teamed. Gordon for a three-pointer. Way too strong, and Bona got boxed out over on the other side. Again, more three-point shooting as Tower Hero puts one up, and Adembona grabs the miss. He chucked that thing up from another area code. 38 seconds left to be played in the third quarter. Adembona down low, a rim protector as he throws it down with two hands. Bona's in the chat, 30 seconds to go, and about 10 seconds separating the shot clock from the game clock. Like, subscribe, and turn on the bell icons as well. Here's Jovic, who dumps it off over to Terry Rozier, who goes up with a floater inside, can't bank it in. Offensive rebound by Hawkins, and finally, Eric Gordon comes up with it. This is a big possession here for the Sixers. Council wants to take the three by himself, puts it up, and he airballs it. Bona tries to float it up and in on the rebound, and he's fouled with 2.1 seconds remaining in the third. KD in the Sixers jersey. Dude, please, 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 please get KD over here. Please. 86-78 with about 2.1 seconds to go. Sometimes you got to be a little bit biased on here. You know, you got to be engaging, and you got to find ways to, you know, break the, I don't want to say break the broadcaster code, but you're not really breaking anything, but you kind of have to be a little bit of a homer. First foul shot, it's missed by Adembona. Can he make the second one? This time it's up, and he got it. So, 86-79, a half a second left to go, and that will wrap things up as the ball is inbounded over to Jovic. And Sixers down by 7 points as we go into quarter number 4.
Excellent.
Well, that was very ugly. Very, very ugly in that third quarter. That was atrocious. It's time for trivia. It is trivia time. I'm going to ask you a Philadelphia 76ers trivia question, and if you get it right, you'll hear that. If you get it wrong, you will hear that. All right. So tell me a little bit about this day. Okay, I'm going to throw a date out to you. Okay? And you're going to have to tell me what was so significant about that day. Okay? In Sixers history. This really shouldn't be hard for those of you that follow the Sixers. All right. So let's do... Where is it? Where is it? I thought I had it up. All right. If I give you the day of June 15th, 2000 to 2001. What is so significant about that day? I actually had the wrong day. I meant to say June 6th. June 6th. I really spoiled that. Sorry. Good hanging out and chatting. Aw. I'm so happy to see you. Meant to say June 6th. June 6th of 2001. What is so significant about that day in Sixers history? AI goes off in the finals. That is correct. That is correct. How many points did Iverson have? How many points did he have? No clue. He had 48 points. 48 points he had in that game. That is correct. JC got it. 48. Banj got it. Yes, sir. Nice. Nice. I meant to say June 8th. Sorry I spoiled it and sort of botched that. All right, the refs are reviewing something as we go into the fourth quarter, and I don't know what it is that they're reviewing. I don't know what's going on. So Jovic will inbound it, not from the baseline, but from the far side, from the near sideline. It looks like. I can't tell what's going on. It's so hard to tell what's going on. They're reviewing because Lowry got shoved. Is that really what it was? They take a break, and yet they don't show these things. It's just so annoying. Thanks for telling me. That was I was thinking it had to deal with that. So are we still in the third quarter? What's going on? Are we in the fourth quarter or the third quarter right now? They still haven't given us a full signal yet. Dude, the refereeing is such a joke. It really is. The officiating is such a joke. They still haven't been able to make a call yet. And now they get away from the scorer's table. A fan at the Wells Fargo Center broke the Jimmy Butler trade to the Heat bench. That's wild. And Terry Rozier, did he just get called for a foul? Oh, no. Okay, so they inbounded it with like 0.5 of a second to go. And they go into the fourth quarter now, but they're not going to a break. What the heck? JJ, would you do play-by-play for wrestling? I would. I would like to try that. That'd be really cool. A radio call of it would be really hard, but I would do it. I've always wanted to try golf, and I've always wanted to try tennis. Tennis on the radio is so extreme. It is so much fun, and it is so difficult. I think that the hardest sports to call on the radio are hockey and tennis. Those are the two hardest ones to call. Jackson gets it for the Sixers, dumps it off over to Gordon, who catches and lets it fly for a three-pointer. Bona gets the offensive rebound. He was being boxed out by Bam Adebayo. And here comes Reggie Jackson crossing over from left to right, dumps it off to Council. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Council at the near corner, puts up a three-pointer, and it won't go. So the Sixers cannot buy a bucket to start off the fourth. RB says, are we starting the fourth or not? That's how I feel. That's how I felt just a little bit ago. Hero dumps it off over to Jovic. They've had a big two-man game tonight. And then Bona interferes, and Eric Gordon steals it off the bad pass. Council, why didn't he just take the layup? He looked to dip it outside over to Lowry. Lowry to Bona inside, and Bona gets the friendly roll. We're being so passive, and sometimes we just got to take it right over to the hole. And Ricky Council dodged a bullet there for sure. Jaquez with a bounce pass that goes outside over to a Miami Heat member. There's Jaquez for a wide-open three-pointer off the mark. Rebound by Reggie Jackson. So it's Larson, Rozier, Jovic, Adebayo, and Jaquez. Gordon has been ice cold from three today. He's 1 for 4. He's been chucking up some bad shots. Jackson over on the far elbow. Looks to dump it back off over to Gordon. Gordon will try to drive it inside. Not once, not twice, but on the third time, he got it. My gosh. Eric Gordon missed 2 wide open layups, and then on the third time, nobody boxed him out and he still hit it. Here's a 2. It was a foul line J by Bam Adebayo. 14 points for Bam as he Shazams it from the foul line. 88 points for Miami and just 83 for Philadelphia. Here's Reggie Jackson again, and developing a screen is Adem Bona. Jackson with a floater, got it to go, and the Sixers already on a 6-2 run with this lineup out there of Reggie Jackson, Kyle Lowry, Eric Gordon, Ricky Council, and Adem Bona, if you can believe that. Terry Rozier over on the perimeter. Wants to try to drive it inside. Puts up a baby hook and got it to fall. And that makes it 90-85. Sixers trail by 5. And here's Lowry from long distance. Way too strong. Sixers just are shooting the ball very bad from 3. Councils tries to steal it. The ball was fumbled and it goes out of bounds. But it was last touched by Ricky Council, the 4th. I'd so love JJ to do WrestleMania. I should get into it, man. I really should. I should definitely get into it. I would probably, if I've told people that, I'm bad. If you sit me down for 8 hours to teach me how to play a video game, I will play it because I'm just sick like that. I could get addicted to something. Gordon's over at the foul line and dumps it back off over to Lowry. A lot of ISO ball movement. What are we doing? Lowry tries to take it right over towards the cup, lays it up, and that was way too wide and wild of a shot. And the Heat come up with a rebound. Jovic on a drive towards the basket. That was actually Hero, and he's fouled. Or was it Jovic? It was Jovic. Screen froze. Apologize. And yet Nick Nurse stays put with the lineups. How much is a membership? It's $2.99. If you want to become a member and get the emotes, you're more than welcome to do so. Again, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. We're small, we're building, and we love it. We cover not only the Sixers, though. We do the Phillies, which we get a huge, huge crowd for, and for the Eagles as well. Our audience is definitely growing with the Eagles. First foul shot by Jovic. He drains it. Is Embiid playing? No. Embiid is not playing. JJ's playing. JJ's always hooping. He's hooping around with somebody. Always. Even if it's with his chat. He's balling. 91-85, whatever that means. And the second foul shot, no good. And it's a little bit too strong. Oubre got the board. Maxey is back out there for the Sixers. It's Lowry, Maxey, Bona, Gordon, and Oubre. Maxey spins, turns, goes up with a one-footed jumper, connects! 4-point ball game with 8:20 to go, and maybe this could change the ties for the Sixers as we come down to the wire. Still plenty of basketball left to go, though. Jovic will try to fizzle his way towards the lane, and Lowry gets called for the personal. It was in the act of shooting. And Lowry, not in foul trouble, only has 2 personal fouls. Cavs lead it by 8, so that's good for the Sixers if they want to gain some ground. The Bulls are down by 7. It's 67-60. The Hawks and the Spurs are now tied, 125-125. And foul shot number 1 by Jovic. He gets it to go. Nikola in this ball game, 22 points, 6 assists, and 4 boards. He's averaging 10.8 points per game this year. His season high was 21 points against Portland on January 11th. And the second foul shot is up, and he connects. It's a 6-point game, 93-87. Can the Sixers just get something cooking offensively and get a stop on defense? Still no Paul George out there. Yabusele dumps it off over to Maxey. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Maxey wants to ISO. Swings it outside to Oubre. I thought he should have taken the 3 there. And we have a turnover called on the Sixers. Is it a turnover? It is. And Miami will get the ball. It was a walk by Kelly Oubre Jr. And Nick Nurse wants to know where the walk was. It was actually a 3-second turnover on Gershon Yabusele. But Oubre is the one who had the ball. And it'll be Philadelphia on defense. Adebayo for a 2. Connects. It's 95-87. And a timeout burned by Nick Nurse. And he is yelling at his players. And also yelling at the refs as well. He is all fired up. His face is getting a little bit red. Still have plenty of basketball left. This is, so far, I mean, I know that we have plenty of time left to go, but we need to go on a run now. I think that Nick Nurse is, I know that our players are tired. No excuses, though. Both teams are coming off of a back-to-back. Sixers just look so tired out there. They look so tired. They look very fatigued. They look very out of sync. And Paul George is not back in there. Honestly, I don't think that he should play the rest of the game. I'm being honest. Don't play him for the rest of the game. What's he given you? What has he done for you? JJ, he made 2 threes in the third quarter. He's also missed a couple of wide open layups. He's just jogging out there. That's the truth. Sit him for the rest of the game. JJ's dropping 50 tonight, bro. I will. I'll drop 50 if Kevin Durant comes over to Philly. Actually, somebody else, doesn't have to be somebody on here, but somebody else should drop 50 if I'm right. Just kidding. I don't do this for the money. I mean, I always do say that if you want to donate to the channel, you're more than welcome to do so, but I only do ads on here, and I only do, I don't really take a lot of breaks because I want you guys to get the best type of experience that you can. You know? Who else is in the chat? Let's go, 76ers. Let's go. All right, we got to wake up. Wake up. Wake up, baby. Call your friends. Call your family members. Call your boys. Call your uncle's dad. Tell them about play-by-play with JJ. And let's see the Philadelphia 76ers get a W tonight. I feel like every time I get excited on here, I'm leading a rally. You know, with the MVP chants and all that sort of stuff. It kind of feels good to have a little bit of authority like that, you know? And be able to be a spokesperson for people. That's pretty cool. I don't take that for granted, man. 95-87, Philadelphia needs to try to break the ice. George is back out there for the Sixers. Maxey gets a pass, puts up a three-pointer. Got it! Bingo! And that three-pointer was a big splash by Tyrese. He's 2 for 8 from downtown. That was the shot that they wanted, and they got it off and executed it perfectly. Adebayo takes a couple of jab steps over Yabusele, goes up with a J. It's a little bit short. George gets the rebound. Good defense by Gershon. And the Sixers looking to try to cut this to a single-digit game. George wants to take it to the elbow. Dumps it outside to Oubre, and back down low to Gershon. Gershon gets double-teamed, puts up a shot. No. And the rebound goes to Terry Rozier. He fought through so much adversity. Rozier on the drive towards the basket. No good. Oubre, rebound. Almost took 3 steps. He did not, though. Outlet pass to Tyrese Maxey. Sixers looking to respond again. Maxey down the lane, whizzes past a couple of defenders, and we have a foul called on Miami. It's going to be on Larson in the act of shooting. We ain't done yet. We ain't done yet.
We ain't losing.
What's that, Reese?
We ain't losing.
We ain't losing, bro. We're not done yet. Justin Edwards is better than Paul George. Again, like and subscribe and turn on the bell icons too. 95-90, and I think Spoelstra is going to challenge this. He will. They will challenge this. And let's see what the review will be. They call it a shooting foul on Pelle Larsson. Time is 9:36. I feel like we started at 6:30. I don't know why. We've only been live for 2 hours and 22 minutes. Is Kevin Durant coming to Philly? Is he coming to Philly by tomorrow? If he is, we are throwing a parade. We are celebrating in the streets for not only what should be a W on Sunday, but also a big W for the Sixers if they get rid of Paul George and get Kevin Durant to the city of brotherly love. Only KD coming to Philly is mac and cheese, KD. Hold up. Bro, you have to hurt the vibe. Ugh. Don't tell me no. I want to believe. I actually had a dream last night that he was coming and that it was being reported by Woj. That's how you know. That's how you know it was a dream. It was by Woj. By Adrian Wojnarowski. Woke up. I was like, well, that was by Woj. So that didn't happen. No, it's all good. It's all good. I'm just joking around with you. I'm totally just joking with you. Don't take it so seriously. I was just joking, man. Totally joking. Woj, what's he up to, man? What's Woj up to nowadays? Isn't he like a basketball coach? Does anybody know what Woj is doing? Somebody spot me on that. Let me know down below. Like and subscribe and turn on the bell icons. We go live for Sixers, Phillies, and for Eagles. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. Do not change that dial. We are live, baby. How many picks would we have to give up for KD, though? Well, it would have been nice if we had a couple of extra draft picks. But with that being said, give them whatever you got. Not everything. Give them a couple of picks. Give them Andre Drummond, Paul George, and Eric Gordon. And we call that a deal. All right. Defense. Let's go. Let's go, man. 95-90. Sixers down by 5. Hero with a pick and roll over to Bam Adebayo. Kicks it out. Back over to Hero. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Hero passes it over to Adebayo. He has to get the shot off, and he does with a little bit of space. The putback, no good. And another offensive rebound by Rozier. The shot goes up. That's no good. And Gershon Yabusele gets it for the Sixers. Good block by Justin Edwards. I believe he got a piece of it. Maxey steps back. Lets it fly for a tray. No good. Yeah, he wanted that so badly, and he was not even in rhythm when he shot the ball. 5:40 left to go in the fourth quarter. Sixers jumped the gun just a little bit, and now Hero looking to get a screen set by Bam Adebayo again. All right, so Hero dumps it back outside. A wide open three by Miami, no. And a little volleyball pass that goes over to Tyler Hero. Nice play by Bam Adebayo. And it's back to a 3-possession game, 97-90 with 5:15 left to play. And still plenty of time to go in this game. Maxey over to Gordon. They play a game of catch. And Tyrese gets it back, skip past to Gordon from the top of the key for 3, and he could not get it. Hit the front of the rim and could not trickle down the drain. Miami holding the Sixers hostage from 3 with that zone. Jovic over at the Wells Fargo Center sign. Dribbles towards the Penn Medicine sign on the far corner. And dumps it off to Adebayo, who takes a jab step, puts up a 2, and Oubre gets the board. It was just tipped out over to Kelly Oubre. And the Sixers got to be careful here. George gets the ball. Paul George wants to ISO. What's he going to do? He'll try to dump it off over to Gordon. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. George for 3. Got it! Paul George! He knocks down a clutch shot. And he shows up to the party. Better late than ever. 97-93 with 4:05 to go in the fourth quarter. George trying to play good defense, and Adebayo dumps it back off to Hero. Here's his three-pointer. That's no good. Sixers still alive. 4-point game with 3:50 left to be played in the fourth. And Maxey will dribble it up past the logo and crosses over a couple of times. He's directing traffic. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Maxey drives it inside, lays it up, can't lay it in. Oubre tried to get the little finish on the second try, couldn't get it though, and Jovic gets it in the Heat front court, and a timeout burned by Spoles. How many times tonight have we seen the Sixers just make so many careless mistakes? This is like one of the sloppiest games I've seen in a while. Very sloppy. Of course, Paul George makes a 3. Of course. Shut me up, man. Grace says 100 times. This team just makes so many mistakes. And yet it's a Philadelphia 76ers team who just always has to come down to the wire. That's just what they do. It's in their DNA. Them, the Flyers, the Sixers, and the Phillies all do the same exact thing. Just different players, different teams. And they're so annoying. They just try to tease you. Hold this team accountable. A lot to be said after this matchup here. We got 38 people tuning in. Again, my name is Jason Joseph. I go by JJ on here. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel as well. Philly is disappointing. Except this Eagles team. This Eagles team is fun. This Eagles team is different. But yeah, they are annoying. That's for sure. How did Oubre? First of all, I didn't really see a lot of contact there on the back end. I have to look at it again. Was there contact with his hand? If there was, how did they not call that a foul? 97-93, and Miami almost threw it away. Thank goodness for their sake. Rozier was right there to save it from going into the backcourt. Had to dive and save it, and he did with every inch of his body. Hero on the drive towards the basket. Adebayo on the follow-through. No! And Yabusele leaps up in the air for the board. All right, fasten the seatbelts. Still 3:05 left to go. A bumpy ride for the Sixers. George at the top of the key. Drives it down low. Spins, turns, puts up a two. It's airballed. Yabu on the rebound. It's denied and rejected by Jovic. Jovic gets it into the front court and passes it over to Terry Rozier. Wide open. Here's a three-pointer that's up and in by Miami, and they're able to hit it. That is Larson, who sinks it from the near wing. And we have a timeout called by the Sixers. And they only have one timeout left. Jovic with a clutch block on Gershon Yabusele's little 5-foot layup. And Pell Larson able to hit a huge shot. Didn't have any points until he hit that big-time three. I have a bigger picture problem here, though. And I will get to that in just a little bit. I do have a bigger picture problem. Stay tuned after the game for a little post-game show. We will have a little post-game show. Wait till you hear about this. I love this team so much it hurts, so I have to keep my distance so I don't go insane. Oh, wait till you hear this. Just you wait. I might wake up the neighbors. Just kidding. I won't be that loud. Blowing the nose on Cam. Well, what else can I do? It's the guts of the game. Got to do what you got to do. Maxey will get the inbound pass for the Philadelphia 76ers, and Oubre dribbles it up. Why isn't Maxey dribbling the ball up? Yabusele dumps it back off over to Tyrese Maxey, who tries to go down the lane, puts up a shot, and he's fouled with about 2.5 minutes to go. JK, I love you, JJ. Oh, I know. I know. I know. So Maxey will head over to the line. 26 points for him. Another 25-plus point game for him. KD to the Sixers, please. Foul shot number 1 by Maxey. Good. 194. If the Sixers are going to make a crack at this, if they're going to try to go for a run here, they have got to lock down on defense. And the second foul shot is good.
Excellent.
Maybe these are the technical difficulties, Jane. 195. Maybe these are the technical difficulties coming, and that's the sign of me blowing the nose. Hero at the top of the key wants to try to get past Yabusele. Good defense. Jovic for a tray. That's off the mark. And Adebayo tips it outside. Here's Hero for a three. No. And the Sixers trying to get the rebound. They do. And George is able to give it up to Oubre. Oubre to Gordon. Gordon back to Kelly for a shot. And he's fouled. Boy, oh boy, Bam Adebayo is just toying with the Sixers on the glass. And the reason why the Heat are winning this game is because they've gotten so many rebounds. And the Sixers just not tall enough and not playing as physical. But yet they're still in this. Oubre's been a little bit reckless today. First foul shot by Kelly. Got it. Almost bounced out. He can make it a 3-point game here if he makes this foul shot. Fasten those seatbelts. Another double-double by Oubre, but that doesn't mean anything right now. Foul shot number 2 by Oubre. Can't get it. 2:01 left to go. Oubre goes 1 for 2 from the line. And Jovic will get it for Miami. George defending him. Wants to bounce it over to Tyler Hero. Sixers again got a lock up on D. Hero for 2. Tyler Hero with an elbow J. And still a 2-possession game. It's 102-96 with 1:40 left to go. Maxey looking to try to dump it off over to George. Paul George steps back, gives it back to Maxey. Maxey says, give me the ball. Maxey takes about 2 jab steps, wants to drive it inside, puts it up, can't put it in. Oubre on the second try, no, and the ball goes out of bounds, and it's going to be Miami ball. And the Sixers have got to, again, play defense, because this could be the dagger. Let's see again. Was it last touch by Oubre? I think it was. So the Heat will get the ball. Adebayo with a lot of dump-off passes. This time it goes over to Tyler Hero. Hero with 5 seconds left on the shot clock. He wants to try to throw it, and he throws it away to Oubre, and the Sixers are still in this. Oubre lost the ball, gets it back though, lays it up, and lays it in! Hero did not want to take the shot, and he passed it outside, and Oubre was right there to steal it. It's a 4-point game, and Adebayo now being guarded heavily by Paul George. 44 seconds to go. Adebayo looking to try to pass it to somebody. 5 seconds left. Adebayo gets it poked loose by Paul George. Gets it back, though. 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Adebayo with a foul line. Jay got it. He got it. 104-98 with the shot clock winding down. And we have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. That shot may have just sealed it. And George actually played good defense. Maxey dove for the loose ball, was just about half a millisecond late. A game of inches. And Bam Adebayo has been the MVP of this game. We got a lot to talk about. Am I really that upset? No. I'm acting like I'm more upset than I am. They win this game without Paul George tonight. They win this game without Paul George tonight. I'll say it again. They're better without PG. They just are. They are better without Paul George. 104-98. Now you got to make a 3 here. PG for KD, please. They are better playing with Paul George on the bench. It might sound like a hot take to some of y'all, but it's the truth. Oubre will look to inbound it, and he gives it up over to Tyrese Maxey, who gets past the half-court logo. Now wants to step back and let it fly for a tray. Maxey got it. 104-101, and there's about 3 seconds left, separating the shot clock from the game clock. Sixers don't have any timeouts, but they're still within striking distance. Would you foul here? I personally would not. You still have 3 seconds. Still have 3 seconds. Okay. We're still in this. 3 seconds separating the shot clock from the game clock. They got to get a rebound. And they got to be ready to go down court. Can't take a 2. Got to take a 3. And you got to make it quick. We have a shot. Do not foul. Grace says foul. I'm not fouling. I'm not fouling here. 27.7 seconds left. We have enough time to get a shot off. We just got to get the rebound as quickly as possible. If we get a steal, though, that changes everything, obviously. We differ, says Grace. It's fine. I like different opinions. I'm not fouling here. If we had a timeout, you probably would say you don't have to. But 3.7 seconds, I think, is enough time. Jovic will be the inbounder here for Miami. As they get to advance the ball, they still have one timeout to burn. Jovic will look to try to get it off. The ball goes out of bounds, and it's going to be Miami ball. It is Miami ball. It was last touched by Yabusele. Can the Sixers technically challenge this? No. So Jovic will inbound it again. Who's he going to get it off to? Maxey is able to try to get a hand on it. Unfortunately, though, the layup is good. It's 106-101. They got a quick layup out of it. What a play call out of that timeout. Maxey steps back. He wants to play hero ball. Gives up to Oubre for a 3. That's off the mark, and that is going to do it. 13 seconds left to go, and we have a foul called on Paul George with 12.2 seconds left. Just could not play well in the fourth quarter, down the stretch, and we only put up 44 points in the second half. They put up 44 too. They neutralized us. They are a pesty team. They're so annoying when you face them. That's why we foul. That's why we foul. Well, they got a quick bucket out of it. I did not think that they were going to be able to draw up a play like that. 12.2 seconds left, and Miami takes their final timeout. We're so annoying. Yeah, I got a lot to say after this game. I'm not as mad as you think I am, but I'm kind of annoyed. Can't lie. This team finds a way to just frustrate you. Miami beats us with a zone again. Again. All right. Jovic will be the inbounder. And we have some water or a drink that was spilt over on the sideline. 106-101 with 12.2 seconds left. Ball gets inbounded over to Robinson, and now they try to play keep away, but there is a foul called with 9.5 seconds to go. Rookie mistake, too, by the way, on me, saying that that's going to wrap it up. Shouldn't have said it until the end of the buzzer. First foul shot is good. Who's at the line, JJ? It's Larson. Larson is the one at the line. 107 to 101. Foul shot number 2, good. And the Sixers in desperation mode as Maxey will at the inbound. He's over at the logo. 6 seconds left. Maxey steps back, lets it fly for a three-pointer. He airballs it, and that is going to wrap it up. Sixers lose by a score of 108 to 101 to the Jimmy Butler-less Miami Heat. Very sloppy basketball game between the both of these teams, coming off of a back-to-back. Two teams playing in emotional games last night, and Tyler Hero was just too much to handle. I'll get to everybody's comments in just a second, but I want us to talk about this. Okay, let's put this in perspective, okay? Pump the brakes before we say fire Nick Nurse and all these other things in the chat, okay? Guys, what happened tonight was plain simple. What happened tonight was plain simple. Paul George was a minus for us. If Paul George does not play this game tonight, the Sixers win. Am I being a little bit too hypocritical? Some people might say that I am. But let's actually dive into this. Let's talk about it. He missed how many wide open layups? 3. All 3 of them were in the third quarter. I will never forget, and I don't think I said this at the time, but we had 3 guys that were going for a rebound, that were just standing there, not jumping for the ball. Paul George is just looking up as Bam Adebayo comes from behind him, and it's like he's watching his own guest on his podcast, and he just sits there like a statue and lets Bam leap up over him to get the rebound. This guy has shown me as a Philadelphia 76er what everybody has said to be true. Doesn't care about the rings. Only cares about his money. That's why he has his own podcast. That's why he focuses on it more. And he just sits over on the sideline like everything's fine. Paul George lost the Sixers this game tonight specifically. They play without Paul George, they win. Paul George was also very slow. Paul George was very, very weak when it came to just running up and down the court. He fell behind everybody. He was the last man to get back out there in transition. You could see him jogging up and down the court in tonight's game. I thought what I saw from Tobias Harris was bad at times. I thought what I saw from Jimmy Butler was bad at times. This is different. Totally different. And the problem with this team is that we have a lot of old guys who are out of their prime and act like babies. They're prima donnas. It's like a daycare out there. I feel so sorry for Tyrese Maxey. Maxey didn't even have a good game today, but at least he was the one out there that was trying. At least he was giving it his all out there. 3 for 11 from the field. And by the way, he deferred at least 6 times down the stretch in the fourth quarter, and he said, I don't want the ball. While Tyrese Maxey is getting double-teamed, and yet he's standing over on the corner doing nothing. Move! Bona today, 11 points off the bench in 18 minutes. Jackson had 10 points. Actually had that little 8-2 run. Get these guys off my basketball team, man. Just get them out. Edwards did not have a good game today. He looked very tired, okay? Not to make any excuses, but when you're a rookie, that's just what happens. Second reason why we lost this game. Nick, the play calling has gotten so much better, but this was my fear. My fear was that you were going to go back to your old ways and play the older guys over the younger dudes. Ricky Council only played 5 minutes today. Missed 2 threes. Done. Done. Meanwhile, Eric Gordon plays 26 minutes, goes 2 for 9 from the field, 1 for 5 from 3. Him, Reggie Jackson, and Kyle Lowry played a total of 52 minutes and gave you 18 points. We were not passing the ball. A lot of shots that we were taking were ISO shots in that third quarter specifically. And yet it's so frustrating when you're watching this team and they go out there in the third quarter and they look absolutely out of it. Miami is literally giving you this game. I don't usually say that a lot. They turned the ball over 7 times in a row. And yet you couldn't cash in a bucket. One bucket during that stretch. They gave you this game. Oubre tonight played so reckless. I love Oubre. My gosh, is his IQ not so strong. Athletic, explosive, but he just, sometimes you just throw your hands up and you're like, you cringe. You love it when he gives you a lot of effort out there. But when he has to make decisions with the ball, he almost threw a pass away down that stretch, and I actually sort of cringed a little bit. I was like, uh-oh, for a second. And luckily enough, Adem Bona was able to get it. He had how many turnovers tonight? He didn't have any turnovers, but it felt like he had 4. Maybe if there was a stat for assist to turnovers. I don't know if that is a stat. Maybe it is. Maybe I just made it up. I bet you he had 4 of those. What else? Paul George, welcome back. 9 points, 32 minutes, 3 for 11 from the field. I better see Kevin Durant in a jersey, in the Sixers jersey tomorrow for Paul George. I'll even take LeBron. I would take LeBron James over Paul George right now. Something wild's going to happen. I think Paul George played this last game. I am hoping to God that he did. Because that was atrocious. And then, my last person that I got to address. Joel. You are such a fraud this year. You're over on the sidelines, man. You're doing handstands during practices and during game warm-ups. Missing meetings. And yet, acting very immature and not taking care of your body. And look at where we are. That's on you. That's on you, man. Cared about playing in the Olympics, getting your money, and stole from the Sixers. Fraud behavior tonight from Joel Embiid. And when they blew that 26-point lead, he's over on the sidelines just smiling. What a disgrace. Eric Gordon literally played the entire fourth quarter. Reggie Jackson, Eric Gordon, and Kyle Lowry played together for 12 minutes. They were on the court together for 12 minutes in this game. Daryl Morey, I'm done yelling at Nick. Are we contending or are we not contending, man? What are we doing? Are we contending or not contending? What's the message? Because if you're trying to go out there to win, you're not doing it the right way. This team is just not good enough. And now I can't even fully blame Nick Nurse anymore with these lineups because who else does he have? Who else does he have? It's on you. If you want to make this team into a contender this year, you need to find a way to clean up your mistakes. Final words from each and every one of you on this game. Comment down below. 54 rebounds they put on your butt in Philadelphia. They out-rebounded you 54-39. They turned the ball over 22 times. And yet they still beat you. Bam Adebayo was toying with you. He was just playing with you, man. Embarrassing. Nick Nurse says he's hopeful that Quentin Grimes will be available to make his debut on Friday. We just got MLB news. Mets Pete Alonso reportedly agreed to a 2-year deal with an opt-out after 2025. He's getting paid $30 million in 2025 and $24 million in 2026. Eric Spoelstra, every single time, throws a zone at us, and yet we just can't solve the zone. What were their defensive adjustments? They blitzed Tyrese Maxey, and they made it really hard for him to get space. You could tell that Maxey was out of breath at times because he's running around everywhere. And his partner in crime is not moving without the basketball. The funny part is that I even said, sit him in that fourth quarter. Don't even play him. I knew that they weren't going to do that. Would they have won the game that way? Probably not, because of how momentum was going. This franchise is such a disgrace. And we have to be real with ourselves, man. We have to be real with ourselves. Tomorrow is the day where we find out if the Sixers are contenders. It's tomorrow. 10:13 p.m. Eastern Time. That's what time it is now. Tomorrow at 3 o'clock, we will know if the Sixers are contenders or not, and which direction they will be heading into. Wow. All right, I'm done. I'm done babbling. If you guys have any other words, comment them down below right now. Let's take a look at these standings. We've only reached the 3-hour mark. That sucks. I wanted to go a little bit longer, but I don't really know what else there is to say. We could read some quotes. So now, in the standings, we're 5 games behind Miami. And Miami is now in the 6th seed. So, our best chance is from the 8th down to the 10th. Realistically. And the Bulls did win today. Or actually, sorry, the Bulls lost. The Bulls are losing right now, 115-99. So if they lose, does that help the Sixers in the standings? Yes, it does. Does it ultimately matter? Not really. So, all right. Let me know what your thoughts were about that game down below. Am I being a little bit too harsh? Should I even be worried or bothered with this team? Because I really feel like that sometimes I go a little bit too hard, because ultimately at the end of the day, this team is not going to get it done. They're going to continue to play older guys out there. Daryl Morey is not going to make the roster better this year, and we just got to hope for Maxey and McCain to be the future. So, I think that's all I got. Time to trade Joel and Paul George. What's up, Curvin? I'm glad the toxic is gone for good, Jimmy. You should be. Terrible performance. Just pitiful. This team should feel embarrassed. All right. Offensive issues, defensive woes, and rebounding troubles contributed to the Sixers' home loss to the Heat. I could not have said that any better, except added in one person, and that was Paul George. And why on earth is Nick Nurse only playing Ricky Council for 5 minutes? Puts him right in the doghouse as soon as his buddy in crime, Kyle Lowry, comes back. I get that you only have a limited amount of options. But what I don't get is you have a young athletic wing over on the bench who's only played 5 minutes. Give him the ball. All right. I think I'm done. I will be on tomorrow. We'll be going live for the NBA trade deadline. We'll start at like 12. And then we'll go all the way to 3. And if something does happen overnight, we'll be up and we'll be reporting that. All right. Love you all, man. Laila Tov. Good night. And I will catch you all on the next one. Peace.